Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back to this very special edition. Still, Chelsea Crystal Palace. Last night, it was a horrible game from my coach. I blame our coach totally for the game last night. Chelsea could have won that game. Oh yes, you can say whatever you want to say. I don't care. But one thing I do know is that 4 games without a win in the league, it's horrible. I'm not going to start going mental. Because most of the time, we cause our own problems. But it needs to stop right now. The problem we cause ourselves need to stop right now. And that has to start from the coach. Oh yes. Cole Palmer gets the goal, then gets caught and they score. Cole Palmer scored our goal and then get caught. And then our opponent score. Maresca has a lot of things to work on with this team. You get me? Our head coach, Enzo Maresca, has a lot of things to work on with this team. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll prove you right. You see, how did we set up? Caicedo, that's Moise Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez both were tired. Chelsea have no subs for them. 2 players literally at the heart of every good we did were tired. Both gotten tired around the 50th minute mark in our past few games. Lavia coming on makes a world of difference. That is just a fact. Now, Jackson has 13 GA. Oh yes, our own striker, my own boy, Jackson got 13 GA in 19 appearances. He's done more than enough for now and should have had a reliable player who can pick things up when he's down. You can disagree, but it's my opinion. Neto, that's Pedro Neto and Noni Madueke, were all out of form. They are all out of form. Fofana injured. Remember, he's a key member to this squad. He's key to how we press and deal with opposition strikers. Wesley Fofana. Mark Cucurella and Malogusto equally out of form. Dear friends, Maresca, our head coach, doesn't want to make substitutions, not even on time. Yeah. Maguire is not really a Premier League quality yet. He will grow into it. Viega isn't a Premier League quality yet. He might develop or grow into it. Christopher Nkuku, Joao Felix are our 10s, and we look worse when we press and when they are in a game. Whenever they play, we look more worse. Enzo Maresca, our head coach, could have rotated the squad better. But you see, the way some people want to easily make the narrative as if it's the fault of the players, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maresca simply refused to use certain players in the Premier League for a while. And it has gotten into their psyche. It has affected them. And that is why they lost form. And he consistently used certain players in certain positions that actually, that actually affected their performances, fatigue, and caused them to lose form. No, it is an argument. You can tell me your own opinion. Yes. You see, quality and balance of substitution matters as well in games in the Premier League. Quality and balance matters a lot in the Premier League. Enzo Maresca can do better with game adjustment. In my first video, if you have not watched it, go back and watch it. I made it very clear. It's either the squad is not good enough or the coach is not good enough. And our head coach, Maresca, always say to us, this squad is good enough. This squad is good. He said his squad. He repeated it severally. And so for now, I am assuming that it is a coach that has a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to point out something here. Referees, I know, I've seen it. I know some of the refs have been very horrible in some of the games that affected us as well. I'm trying to point out where we are falling short, why things are going the way it is going. Some of the refs have been very horrible in Chelsea games. You see, that penalty call for Ipswich change. That penalty call in Ipswich game would have changed the game. Neto should have had a penalty, even as at yesterday. Pedro Neto should have had a penalty, even in yesterday's game. And that could have changed the game totally. But that also did not go our way. I'm not just here to blame the coach. Why things gone wrong, I'll say it. But you see, barring any serious injuries, ladies and gentlemen, barring any serious injuries, everything bad that could happen has already happened in this December and early January. Yes. Do you know? And guess what? We recharge after this break. That is the best way to go. We will not give up right now. Chelsea cannot give up on the top four. The fight needs to continue. Enzo Maresca needs to put his acts together before our next game against Bournemouth. Barring any serious injuries, everything bad that could happen has already happened for this club Chelsea in this season. Right now, we are to recover a fully fit Reece James. We are to get back fully fit Reece James in our next game. Lavia has been training, so I believe he's getting back. Jackson, Palmer, Enzo, Casado, Cowell, Neto, Sancho, all should have enough rest in the next few days. They should get enough needed rest in the next few days and bounce back in our next game. The rest, ladies and gentlemen, I will look up to our head coach. It is in our next game that we can actually confirm whether it's the coach. Like I said, either the squad is bad enough or it's the coach. In our next game. But you see, dear friends, it can never get worse. And it can never be a must win again. No. It's either the coach is bad enough or our squad is just not good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the young chap on your screen, Enzo Maresca spoke about him, George Achampong, playing alongside Levi Cowell. 18-year-old playing alongside 21-year-old Levi Cowell. This is what our head coach has to say about George Achampong. I'm about to run out. Maresca says, George Achampong was our best player. He was our best player on his first Premier League start. Achampong 18 and Cowell 21, the youngest centre-back partnership in the Premier League as Chelsea keep working on their long-term project. This is coming from our head coach, Enzo Maresca. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, it is 4 games without a win in the league. 4 games without a win. Our next game, what do you expect? Quickly, before I let you go. How do we build up against our opponents? It is what you can see on your screen. I'm about to conclude in 2 minutes. You see, Chelsea usually build with a narrow 3-2. Just as we did. Yes. I'm sorry. It's all about emotions. Quickly, water, please. We usually build up with a narrow 3-2, as we did against Crystal Palace. Against other teams. Thank you. We usually build up with a narrow 3-2 in our games. Now, against Palace, we built up with a narrow 2-1 and a wide fullbacks, which was totally different from our usual 3-2 build-up. That's really a strange build-up to what the squad is known to have been doing. Because it's too wide and too open to defend emergency transitions. Yeah, Palmer made a mistake for that goal, but if we had 3 center backs in close proximity and a double pivot, that mistake would have been easily done. In fact, let me put it this way: that mistake would have easily been corrected by Cole Palmer, because there would have been backups. Yeah. Having a single pivot forced Cowell to jump and a champion to drag inside and open up the space for Eze to run into it. And that is what caused the goal. As you can see it right there on your screen. I will not elaborate more. Maybe in my next episode I should. But ladies and gentlemen, some shout out before I let you go. Abba Francis Abba says, please Salom, when you continue to praise your players in their mistake and when they are doing the right thing, in this case, the player will not live up to expectations. A player should be disciplined immediately he commits an expensive mistake. Secondly, the coach has his own exception. Crystal Palace, he played last year at the start of the season. He should have idea of the way they play. The first leg ended 1-1. Late are equalizing. The same thing in the second leg. Can this talk good of Chelsea moving forward? I fear Chelsea top 4 if they continue in playing this same way. Thank you very much, Abba Francis Abba. I got your point. Sadiq Adeleke Sadiq says, don't blame Palmer. Instead, blame your Jackson. That losing form, as you said. Maybe other players are losing form now. Exactly so. Other players are also equally losing form, not just Jackson. Alright, Scott says, Cole is out of form and Jackson is not in form too. I don't understand our players are playing. I'm literally down, but I will move up blues. Scott from River State, Nigeria. Yes, defenders win you titles. Goals win you games. I understand you, Mr. Selom. Thank you very much, my brother Scott from River State, Nigeria. Yes, he always understands me. Now, this one says, good morning, sir. Really, I don't understand what is going on. It's time to stop hyping Palmer. Trust. Right now, Palmer is slow little bit with the ball. That's why it's hard to get goals. Shekumara from Celerion, Freetown City. Bye, Mr. Selom. You are very right there on point. Yes, Shekumara from Celerion. Big shout out to you guys. Young Geoffrey says, good morning, Mr. Salon. For me, Chelsea problem is a bad manager. Enzo Maresca is not good coach because he's a confused person. Big shout out to you, Young Geoffrey from Nigeria. Yes. The next one says, Luke Ryder. Hey, long time. All my guys are back. Good morning, Mr. Salon Blog. Luke Ryder from Zambia. Up Chelsea. We need Osimhen and right back. Please, please. Big shout out to you guys all out there. I appreciate all your comments. I'm happy you guys are back. See you all in the next one when you see me. Wait, looks like I still have one. Odunayo Oyo say, good morning, Mr. Salon. I remain Odunayo Oyo from Lagos, Nigeria. Well, it has come and gone like previous ones. Below are my thoughts. Full 3 page. 3 page. Odunayo says, below are my thoughts. 3 pages. 1. Maresca decision to be substituting players late is criminal. When he knows quite alright that some drastic changes should be made. 10 minutes to the end of game is suicidal. 2. Chelsea need a killer instinct to seal off the game when it matters most. Without that, top 4 is not sure for them. Even as it stands, 4 points between Chelsea and clubs in 8th position. This is beyond bottling it. 3. Casado is being gassed out the way I see it because of the number of games he has played without rest. An assistant is needed this time around, not Romeo Lavia. 4. There is no, you see I said 3 pages. 4. There is no discipline and leader in that team. The boys behave the way they like. I do watch Arteta speaking to his players right on the pitch, but Maresca doesn't. I give 100% kudos to George Achampong. He is so calm, cool, and collected. He is not jittery or fear anybody. Honestly speaking, I doff my cap for him. You don't celebrate mediocrity or names. Some of the mature beats don't give their best anymore. Palmer needs to be benched. You don't judge a player with a game with just 60 minutes. It is nonsense. Maresca is hell-bent. That will be his downfall, as I do say. Coming from Odunayo from Nigeria. 3 pages. I appreciate your comments, all dear friends. I love you all. I'll be back in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.